how do we respond? That's what's going to really separate us from years past. Things have crashed down. We've really taken a punch to the gut, uppercut to the chin, all of that in that one loss to Jacksonville State. How are we going to respond next week against Wake Forest? And how are we going to play?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do we find some better personnel things and way to work things around? Are we going to try to still be cute with some things at quarterback? You know, does our receivers, you know, do we start shifting towards the younger guys and start, okay, you guys have had 4 years, 4 or 5 years to make plays and do things. You're not doing it, Helton. You're not doing it, Wilson. Bye. Williamson, can you make these plays? McLean, I know you had a bad week. Can you make some plays? Parchment, are you going to be able to make some plays? Parchment, he had a nice game of all the receivers. He didn't have any drops. He caught, everything that was reasonable and to him. He caught those. So let's start going to him more. Let's start going to Williamson more. Let's see McLean. But how we respond really is going to set the tone for and really answer the questions of, is Norvell the guy or not? And I still think he is. I'm still high on him. Terrible loss, but, stuff happens, but, we got to respond next week. We have to respond next week on the road against Wake Forest. Things can get very ugly if we don't.
I think this is one of the youngest teams in the country. And this is a team that can't afford to make mistakes. They have to play clean football. They're not there yet talent-wise. But, 11 penalties, dropped touchdowns, dropped interceptions. Calling, this is a team loss. This is coaching, this is offense, this is defense. This is a team loss. And I think this team is undisciplined very much. I think they're one of the most undisciplined. When you look at the situational penalties, not to talk, but 55 is a walking penalty. He just needs to not play again until he can figure out what ineligible downfield or holding is or offsides. The loss of Robert Scott really hurt this offensive line in terms of sliding Washington to tackle, who played well again. But I just can't lean on 55. It slides Love Taylor out to tackle. And I don't know if you noticed late that they put when the team brought Scott back. Brady Scott in to play guard. Yeah. So what do you think? Most undisciplined team in the country? Right there, right?
I mean, I can't really speak on every other team. I haven't seen every other team play, but it wouldn't surprise me. And we're certainly, like you said, we're certainly at least right there because we make a lot of dumb penalties. We do a lot of dumb things. Like another thing, like the second to last drive. People are like, oh, Fuller gave up a 99-yard touchdown drive. Did he? Because if I'm looking at it, I see a defensive pass interference that gives them a first down. Another defensive pass interference that gives them a first down. A interception that's negated because of a targeting. Fuller put these people into positions to make plays. They're in positions to make plays. He called good plays. He called good calls. They sucked. They failed. So, yeah, the defense gave up a 99-yard drive, but that's not on Fuller. But you want to flip it around on the other side. I do put that on Norvell, on Dillingham. On the offensive side, they called some crappy plays. They put players in positions that they couldn't make plays. That's what you got to look at. And Fuller put people in positions to make plays on the 99-yard drive, on the last touchdown drive. They didn't make the plays. He put them in the positions to make plays. They didn't make them. And on the offensive side, Norvell didn't put them into positions to make plays. And, they almost made a few actually, but, so we're, those things were backbreaking, those pass interference and that targeting, which it was the right call. He ducked his head, he lowered his head, and it was the right call, but it broke our back and it destroyed us. So If we're not, we're very close to being the most undisciplined team.